Sports are a huge pastime across the world. It is a global phenomenon. I mean, in America, we have football where you throw around a pigskin. In the rest of the world, we have football, aka soccer, where you kick around a ball with a bunch of octagons on it. I think across the world, we have basketball, which is a fun game where you slammy jammy some slam dunks with Bugs Bunny. But I'm not the biggest sports guy. Even with sports anime, I don't really take a huge interest to them. Things like Haikyuu, Yuri on Ice, and Kurokuro's Basket, I've tried, but sports anime are just not my cup of tea. I mean, it's alright, but not for me. But my friend recommended me this sports anime called Keijo, and I was very curious. I wanted to learn more about a new form of athleticism, because I'm always curious to learn, and I do enjoy learning about sports, even if I don't find them super interesting to begin with, like golf. I only play frisbee golf in Wii Sports Resort. So I did some digging about Keijo and Kyle, how do I describe this without being age restricted? Okay, thank you. So you remember Wii Sports, that game that I just talked about with frisbee golf? Yeah. Okay, there was a sword play game where you'd fight people on this like huge pillar, and you knock them off to see who'd win, and they drown and die. It was pretty fun, okay? Now take away the swords, and people fight with their chesticles and cheeks. Yeah, it's pretty horny. And you're probably thinking, oh, it's like mud wrestling, hot women attacking each other very sexually, you get pretty bricked up, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, no. See, they all have special moves, making this whole sports anime about fighting with titties feel more like a shonen anime rather than a fan servicey degenerate show that make you go things that you can't imagine that butts and boobs can do. These include Cerberus butt, drill boobs, fairy butt, magic breasts, rhythmic ass, hypno boob, and fart. The possibilities are endless. And then this show is so crazy. I couldn't stop laughing because all of their techniques are so ridiculous that I just couldn't be like I was literally like that the whole time. I could not believe what was happening on the screen in front of me. I could not even predict what would happen next. Somebody would like reflect a move with their ass cheeks, and then oh no, someone has drill boobs now, and they can knock them off, and then they use their asses to like deflect, but they still lose. Bro, this show wild. And I hate how hyped this show gets. It should not be this hype, but it is, because oh my gosh, my heart rate's getting pumping. I'm getting into this being like, yeah. And it's kind of fun, but the show is not perfect though, because the main problem with the show is its characters. That's where the show completely blunders. This show focuses mainly on a group of 4 friends who want to become amazing keijo players. So we have Sayaka Miyata. She's a former judo player, and she wanted to do this sport because she always found it amazing ever since she was young. And she wanted to wear cute swimsuits. And her dad was disappointed in her for leaving judo, so she wants to prove herself throughout the season. And she proves herself in the keijo world by creating a technique where she gives herself a wedgie to get more mobility around the arena, and she mixes her judo background with her newfound keijo abilities, creating an ability called nipple fold shoulder throw, gaining the respect of her father once again. And this is the most dynamic character throughout the show. She has like a fully completed arc in the show, and it's great. I enjoyed that part of the show. And we also have Kazune Obe. She is very shy, but she has a very distinct power. She can scan the wind in the air to predict the movement of other players, hence the name of her ability, Scanning Hand. And her Scanning Hand can also store the information of every special move every keijo player has if she touches their ass, giving them a sensual massage. I want her to do that to me so badly. And she is basically the ditto of keijo. And we also have Non Toyoguchi. She is a sweet, clumsy girl with big tits and a juicy ass that can reflect any attacks. That's kind of it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, she kind of bad though. And finally we have Nozomi Kaminashi, our protagonist. She is a former gymnast that uses her flexibility to be able to fly across the arena so she can dodge every single attack that anyone throws her way. But she's a little hot-headed and she goes in for the attack for herself. She wants the glory, she wants everything, and she uses her special ability, the vacuum butt cannon, and
Holy shit, she made them naked. Hell yeah!
her main desire is to become the top keijo player and become a prize queen, the most prolific position in all of keijo. She is very generic and not that interesting. It would have been more interesting if Sayaka was the protagonist instead, but nope, we got Nozumi, and Nozumi is kind of the worst part of the show, and she brings it down as a whole. Hot take? Sorry keijo fans, my bad. But the show created a very spicy sport, and it's really catered to me, but it isn't really that hot. I mean, I didn't even get hard at all during the show. Most of the girls in the show were kind of mid at best, except, you know, Sayaka, Kazune, and Non being the exceptions. And they are the main characters, so that's a plus, but the art style just isn't very hot. It's full of inconsistencies all the time. I remember in the final episode, Nozumi rips her swimsuit, and her full breast is exposed, clearly for everybody, and, you know, sometimes it'd be covered, sometimes it won't, and it was very inconsistent in, like, the last 5 minutes. It was kind of, like, distracting to me and took me out of the world. And the fights are the only interesting part with the animation. It doesn't even try, really, with the small slice of lifey things, and I think that's very much a disappointment to me. I like the smaller moments. It doesn't always have to be big fights with big tits and big ass. This show was a missed opportunity. It was pretty meh. It didn't really age well either. I know that there's a character who has dissociative identity disorder, and it kind of uses that as like a superpower, which is pretty yikers. I mean, I would never put that in a show. I'm gonna be real if I wrote that. But the concept is interesting. It just, you know, it just landed on its face really hard, and it was disappointing to see. Although it did inspire people in Portugal to take up the sport. I'm not joking. Crunchyroll made a whole article about this, so good on keijo for making an interesting concept. But still, I had a fun time watching it. It wasn't the worst thing that I've ever seen, but it wasn't like peak anime, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy me talking about another spicy find that I found. Yeah, if you guys want to check out another video, you can click right here where Jack Frost is to see my video about AI, its advancement, because it is pretty scary and me no likey. You can also click my face to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know why I pointed out Kyle. He's not doing anything. He told me some information. He did his part with the video. You can click my face to subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about the next time that I post a video. And yeah, you guys have any final thoughts? No? Cool, I'll see you guys in the next video. Why aren't you cutting? Why am I still on camera? Please cut the camera. I need to be off camera.